All right, so Spen dropped his top 10 brawlers for Power League. Max these brawlers out now. Let's check out what he's got to say about the current meta of Brawl Stars. Who are your top 10 brawlers to be playing and what to do with them? All right, let's listen. Check it out.
Jumping into the video straight away then. The first one, of course, is going to be Shelly.
Shelly, number one brawler. Shelly is very OP since she got her speed boost.
People are still underestimating the Shelly, which I just don't understand because you can go her everywhere. Maybe I need to do a Shelly guide so you guys can really learn how to play her.
I'll be straight up. I have not played Shelly not once since she got her buff, which is crazy. But yeah, she's definitely very annoying. I've been trying to do my Tyra push, and every time we see a Shelly, it's always like a struggle. She gets super in hand, and she can delete anybody. It's just like Control, Alt, Delete, and remove this brawler from the field for 10 seconds, and it's just annoying to play around. Also, Band-Aid needs to be nerfed. What are they doing? Why has Band-Aid not been touched yet? That is the most annoying thing. You almost get the Shelly down, and then she automatically heals like 50% of her HP, even though she should be dead. Band-Aid is broken. I hate Band-Aid, and it makes Shelly way too strong. Not going to change my take on that.
Of course, she really hard counters the tanks, but not only that, she can actually counter the more long-range snipers.
She counters everything, man. She's just too OP.
Pigeons as well. So Shelly's super broken. Of course, you guys probably already know that, but make sure to max her out anyway. Okay, so jumping into the next brawler, you need to max
Next
out
up is Gussie.
So I've been saying this for multiple months now.
Yeah, Gus is a brawler that I can't stand playing. Like, I understand where his value is because, you know, he's technically a little bit of a healer. He does sniper damage. He's pretty consistent, and he makes brawlers very, very OP when you put the shield on them. So, like, if you throw a shield on a tank, or, you know, if your teammate's like low HP, you could throw the shield on them to save their life, to get them out of sticky situations. So Gus adds a lot of value to teams, but I just don't like playing him personally.
Playing him in Power League because he never gets banned out, even though now he's actually being drafted as a first pick on like Brawlers, for example, which actually used to be
like this Mortis right here, he's a problem once he has the shield on him. Even with that Ashe, even the Ashe couldn't stop the Mortis because he had the shield on him there.
Okay, so jumping into the next.
All right, next up we got Carl. Ooh, Carl's nice. My favorite thing about Carl is that he's just a very like consistent brawler. He's hard countered by a couple of brawlers. You know, anything with a stun or a knockback can be tricky to play around, but Carl's one of those brawlers that like he's pretty consistent, and if you know how to play around the knockbacks and the stuns, you can pretty much do well on pretty much any map or mode, just because he does a lot of damage. He's got a lot of health, so as long as you're aware of where your knockbacks are and when to use your super and all that, you can pretty much always be successful with Carl.
And, you know, you think of other brawlers in comparison that get banned out a lot more, which fulfill his role. Like Buzz, for example, Ashe, they get banned out so much more, whilst Carl actually has more carry potential. He's actually a lot better in a lot of different instances, and he's just...
That's another thing. I feel like Carl as a carry brawler gets slept on a lot, even though he does a lot of the same things that any type of like assassin does. As long as you run Flying Hook and Protective Pirouette, you can play as an assassin / tank. And you can pretty much always have some form of, like I said, some form of success as long as you're aware of your knockbacks and your stuns. Just play around those, and you can just, you know, he's a decent carry brawler.
Okay, so jumping into the next brawler, you need to max out in that Power League grind. It is Squeak. So
I have not played a lot of Squeak, but I know since they got his chain reaction buff, he can do like 2,000 damage if he lands a shot on you, which is honestly nuts, man. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. This dude can do 2,000 damage. He's got very long range, and he's got 5,400 HP. It's just nuts. Like, Squeak is very good with his chain reaction star power.
I just think he's really dominant. Of course, he's got an overall decent kit as well, with his Residue gadget being one of the best in the game as well.
Yeah, Residue is a ridiculously good gadget.
Map in every scenario,
good damage, has slow.
Like before this buff, he was already,
you know, you can do a crazy amount of damage in heist with your super.
More so now, he's
just broken. Dominant. Good brawler, good brawler.
Into the next brawler you need to max out for Power League. It is
Gray. Ugh. Gray is that one of those brawlers that I don't like to play, and when I see him, I get annoyed because it's like every time I go to kill a Gray, they teleport away, or they teleport into my face and kill me, and it's just super annoying. Like, Gray is obnoxious, not gonna lie. He's not the hardest brawler to play against, but he's very annoying.
The best gadgets in the game with Walking Cane, which just allows him to make so many amazing plays.
See, like, just like that, how he ducked the BB there. Like, that is not obnoxious.
Okay, so jumping into the sixth.
This dude put Ruffs on here. Dude, Ruffs is a brawler that I can never master. I can never master Ruffs. I've tried. I like him. He's got a really good kit. He's a great support brawler. But, oh my God, his kit just feels clunky to me. I miss his shots. It takes me forever to charge my super. You give your super to randoms and they just die. It's like, what? Why am I even bothering with this? Ruffs has been meta for years. Agreed. I mean, it's just because he's got a great support kit. He can buff HP. He can buff damage. He has bouncing shots. He's got the gadget that has sandbags. I mean, everything in Ruff's kit is really good. But it's for me personally, I have a hard time playing him.
I still call that Ruffs is one of the best brawlers in the game. He's supposed to be a support brawler. But actually, when I play Ruffs, especially in Power League, I actually think he's a carry brawler. The amount of damage that I can put out on the...
I don't know about him being a carry brawler, but when he gets his dog treat or whatever, he can definitely do a lot of damage. So, I mean, like, I don't disagree that you can carry as Ruffs, but I don't think his role is as a carry brawler.
He quite clearly is the best first pick. He's so good into everything. And he's literally gonna carry it.
Yeah, that's another thing. He doesn't really get hard countered by too much, right? I mean, he's got his sandbags to go against snipers. He has a knockback on his super, so if a tank tries to get on you, like, Ruffs does have good matchups. I mean, sure, some things are gonna give you a harder time than others, like, you know, throwers. If you don't bring the right star power, throwers will give you a hard time. But he's just, he's just a pretty good brawler. I don't think he does anything terribly.
Put it into the 7th.
Ugh, Eve. I don't know about this one. This seems like a funny pick to me. Eve, it seems weird. I don't know. To me, Eves is just a brawler that exists. Like, I don't really ever play Eves. I'd rather play any other sniper personally. So I don't know about this pick. This seems like a bit of an L. But what do I know? I'm just a average Joe who has 36,000 trophies. I don't know anything about this game. But Eve would not be in my top 10.
She is.
I forgot Eve existed. The only time I think about Eve is when there's water on a map and I need to like move. So something like Canal Grand, or there's the one wipeout map where there's water on the patch, or else everybody has to go around the right side. That's the only time I ever consider taking Eve. Other than that, I don't think about her.
Most max out list, we have Spike. So Spike recent.
Yeah, Spike will always be OP. He's like a no skill brawler because of curveball. Like, so Spike with curveball and the cactus gadget, it's just ridiculous. Like, unless you're playing heist, you're gonna run the cactus gadget, and curveball is a no-brainer because while fertilizer is nice, it does give you extra utility on your super. It's just, why would you ever want to run that over removing the requirement to aim? Yeah. And he counters tanks. You know, you can chip away at snipers. The only thing he really struggles against is like longer range brawlers that can outrange him, and throwers because he has no wall break. Personally, I think curveball is the most broken star power in the game because it takes any form of skill that Spike requires and lowers it down by like 100%. It like removes any skill from the brawler. And like fertilizer is nice. It's a great star power, but I'd rather just not have to aim.
It's jumping into the next brawler.
What do we got now?
Absolutely maxed out if you're playing Power League.
Stu's another brawler, so it's going to be Stu here. Stu is another brawler. I could never get a hang of him. He's like, he's super high skill. It's not super hard to land his shots, but using your dash correctly to be able to duck shots while still pumping out attacks, to me, I cannot get it down. I have boomer brain. I cannot figure it out. So I understand why someone would say that Stu is good, but personally, I can't play him. 100% Pyro. I agree. Stu is a great all around brawler. 100% agree that he can counter everything. But like I said, I have boomer brain. I cannot figure out how to play him personally. So I try to avoid playing him when I can.
Which are literally Stu's best maps. So you've seen a lot more Stu because of the changes to the map pool. And just overall, he's a really consistent brawler because if you've got that kind of skill with Stu, you can absolutely diff the enemy team. Okay, and finally moving on to the last brawler you must absolutely
last brawler.
If you want to play Power League, it is Cordelia. So I didn't...
Why you gotta pick the newest brawler, bro? I get it, he's good. Of course he's good. He does a stupid amount of damage. He's got fast movement speed, auto-charging super. He's broken. Cordelius is broken. I haven't even played him yet. I'll get him, I don't know, next week. But man, it's just like, he's like, hey, the newest brawler is the best brawler. Make sure you get him. And then use code SpenLC when you're moving up the Brawl Pass to buy it.
But for the people that are wondering whether to get a Brawl Pass this season, whether it's worth it, it is
100% agree. Like,
worth it because Cordelius is super strong. And the thing is, as well,
I think Cordelia is such a cool brawler, though. I'm probably going to be really bad with him when I do get him, but I think he's a cool brawler. I like his design. I like his kit. I'm going to be really bad with him. I know I am because I'm not good in 1v1s. Reason why I don't play you guys in 1v1s, but I think he's cool.
Well,
every brawler is OP until you get him and then he's nerfed. True. And factual. Free to play problems.
Because the Supercell team are literally on holiday right now. They're on vacation. We've probably got about a month of a Cordelius meta. So you're pretty safe in getting a Brawl Pass for now. and I just think he's an absolute must max out. Alright guys, it's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this one. So
Cool. Great job, Spen. Great job. Very informative. I think that was a pretty solid list. I don't think it was in any particular order, but I think it was very solid. The only brawler I really didn't agree with was Eve, but like I said, what do I know? I don't play the game at a high level. I finally got into the 900s, and I'm terrible. So, good list. Hopefully it helped you guys out. Hopefully you guys watch this video. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. See you guys later. Bye.